the commercial insurance, and then also the government insurance po sa US. Kasi most likely, it depends po how it works based on every person, how it will be applied. So sa commercial insurance, there are some three or four commercial insurance na meron sila, which is we called it like PPO or Preferred Provider Organization, which is medyo mahal siya. Okay, and then HMO, most likely that is how it works din dito sa atin. If we're familiar kung ano yung mga commercial insurance natin dito, that is also the same. But ang kaibahan lang sa kanila is that particular insurance is they really need to have a PCP or a primary care physician na parang when you have this insurance, kailangan mo ng kumbaga maghanap ng parang private doctor or family doctor mo, yung parang that's the term here in our end, yung ganun. Kasi they are the one that will totally monitor your health records, kung ano yung dapat, tapos especially if that there are some kind of yung parang na-diagnose tayo na na iba na hindi kaya ng doctor or ng family doctor mo, most likely you will be referred sa iba, yung ganun. That is how it works with that insurance like HMO. And then there are also some insurance that we call it POS, na parang it's the same thing, limited, okay. And then also we called it also the one of those is EPO. Yung EPO naman medyo mahal-mahal din. But most likely parang based on my experience, EPO is exclusive provider organization, is yung parang premium or elite na parang it's just an exclusive with the in-network. So there are some terminologies na parang we really need to study for this one. And especially for the US, we are not calling them like a doctor one. So lahat ng first responder doon, like doctor, nurses, everything, even staff, ang tawag po sa kanila doon is providers. Hindi po katulad sa atin na we really need to call them, hi doc, ganito, ganyan. No, it's not. But most likely they are called providers po doon sa kanila. Then every time, just in case moving forward, if you will be in the medical or virtual world, you really need to mention their first name. Hindi yung parang tatawagan na, hey doc, ganito, no. It's not. So we really need just to you call this, we really need just to call them with their first name. Yung ganun po. That is how it works with them in their end. So yun yung mga yun yung mga some of the terminologies na dapat din po nating tandaan. So the government also, ito kasi we have already commercial, then government-funded insurance programs are healthcare systems where the government plays a significant role in providing health coverage. Sorry, medyo na pause. Galing lang po kasi sa workshop kanina. So coverage to its citizens. These programs are primarily funded through taxes and government. So most likely parang PhilHealth siya sa atin. But the thing is, may mga iba't ibang stages sa kanila, like age, income, and employment status, and coverage can range from basic essential care to more comprehensive plans. Different models exist, including single-payer systems, where the government is the sole player for healthcare services, and government-run insurance programs, where the government manage the program but healthcare providers are private. Key considerations for government-funded insurance include which is the cost, access, efficiency, and the encouragement of healthcare innovation. So most likely, sa government-funded nila, hindi po katulad. But with them, those are only the qualifications for Medicare. And then, the second thing naman, what if kung hindi pa ako 65? And then, it so happen na may parang sakit ako na parang it really needs, right? Like, yung parang under dialysis ka, yung ganon. They provide also like a government, yung parang assistance, they called it Medicaid. Yung ganun, sa mga bata meron din, yung parang CHIP nila. yung gano'n. But it depends po kasi yun nga siguro, we will take a picture dun sa mga insurance broker nila dun sa US kasi parang ang insurance kasi dun is parang nagsa-shopping ka. Yung iba kasi is, most likely may mga insurance na they purchase this commercial insurance, then they will really try to enroll within, kung eligible ba sila, it's either that, they will be, eligible for Medicare, Medicaid, yung gano'n. Kasi, most likely, if you're part of Medicare, it will be covered at 80%. And based on my experience po, kahit po dun sa BPO pa ako, most likely ang na-e-encounter naman namin is in terms of insurance, is most likely yung mga matatanda talaga. So, if you will be in the field itself by checking with them, you really need to check if Medicare is primary or secondary. Most likely gano'n. They are into, ano na, nag-prepare sila ng, in terms of sa insurance. They tried na parang kasi sa insurance ano din, parang wais din, 'no? For example, if I will be the insurance broker, I'll also try the patient or the insurance holder na maging primary si Medicare para konti na lang din yung babayaran, yung gano'n. Sandali, may nagtatanong. Ask lang po kung may share screen, nag-share screen naman yata ako. Nakikita niyo ba screen ko? Sorry for that. Wala.
Yes po, kita po.
Okay. Thank you. So yun lang, most likely that is how it works with insurance dun sa kanila. Yung may private or commercial and then my my government. And there are some things na ginagawa nila, they tried to yun nga, they will be adding up
Wala
yung
na po
government
station.
po. Most likely parang hindi nila kaya bayaran in full. Kumbaga the higher the low na yung parang mas mura, the higher the cost naman na parang may extra silang nababayaran na patient's responsibility. Like we call it like deductibles, copay, and then co-insurance. Most likely, those are the terminologies na parang we will check with the insurance portals po na ano na you really need to moving forward. Those are some of the tools na that you really need to check po. We call it like the insurance portals, may mga availity, and then yung iba din is yung sa ibang companies, they have the insurance listed like hopefully that you're familiar with Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, which is medyo malakas din si United Healthcare, and then si Cigna. But those are insurance portals na magbibigay sa inyo ng information ni patient, and then makikita doon, because most likely if you will be a virtual assistant, they will provide you an access with that one so that you can see right there what are the statuses in terms of if my patient's responsibility or wala. Yun po yung kalakaran sa kanilang insurance. Once again, it really depends. Kumbaga, kung mas mura, kumbaga, for example, the insurance broker will magbebenta sa kanilang na insurance. Sasabihin, this will be $1,000, for example, every month. Yung ganon. So, sasabihin naman syempre, kung ako hindi ko kaya, pwede 500 lang, ganito, ganyan. Tapos, then the insurance broker will provide with them. And then, after that, may mga patient's responsibility silang babayan every time. Kasi sa US kasi iba, once they have renewed their insurance, most likely, especially yung mga matatanda, they really, syempre, their mindset is parang nagbabayad ako. So, gagamitin ko. Most likely, especially January, they'll do a physical or annual exam, and then yung mga exam nila sa eyes, sa vision, sa dental, lahat. They apply that one. And then yung iba din is most likely for evaluation and management, like sa mga PT, sa mga OT. Ganun kasi sila Mahilig sila doon. Kumbaga because of their mindset na nagbabayad ako. Ganun yung mga ano nila. So yun. That is how it works sa kanilang insurance. And then The next thing na gusto kong, this is the thing na dapat nating maintindihan na, yun nga, once again, we will go back to that thing na parang ang mindset ng iba, makikita nila most likely sa groups na medical biller, yung gano'n. So, ang iba talagang yes, they want to, I want to be a medical biller, yung gano'n. So, hindi nila alam na ang medical biller is not just only an ordinary role na parang medical biller lang talaga. Sa medical po kasi niche is, hindi po yung parang 'pag nasa medical ka, medical biller lang po talaga yung position, no, it's not. Ang dami pong positions na kumbaga it's really a big department, it's really, yung parang a team. Kumbaga sa medical biller, hindi po puwedeng ikaw lang mag-isa. It's really a team po sa medical biller. So most likely ang mga frontliners, especially sa walang experience, you can apply as a medical receptionist, scheduler, yung intake iba naman 'to, yung gano'n. Medical scribe, most likely this can be applied doon sa mga RNs. RNs really understand how to do this, especially doing some charge, yung gano'n. Ang insurance verification specialist, for this one, this can also be dun sa mga walang experience. Most likely, ang peak ng hiring nito is nasa mga around October. Prior authorization specialist, which is one of my role today. This is part also for the medical billing. Kumbaga, this is the first role na parang hindi hindi kasi pwedeng ang drama kasi, this is the drama or how it works with US healthcare. So for example, number one, ako si patient, may insurance ako, gusto ko magpaano. For example, I'll do an office visit. Kumbaga, when you say office visit, it's like a regular checkup. So for example, that's the first thing that I need to do. So ang gagawin ko is before ako pupunta doon sa doctor or provider ko, tatawag ako. Most likely that's the role of medical receptionist. Yung ganon. And then after that, si medical receptionist will do the information, gather the information, ganito, ganyan, chuchu. Then, after that, um, scheduler will follow. Kumbaga, okay, ito yung schedule mo. And this will be the thing that needs to be done. And then, after na schedule ka, bago ka pala ma-schedule, papasok si prior authorization. Kumbaga gano'n. So for example na lang na may isang certain procedure na, for example, in my end right now, I'm doing dalawa kasi yung hinahawakan ko. It's a home health and dermatology. Sa dermatology naman, it's not yung parang facial, no, it's not. Most likely, it's like a skin cancer, most likely yung nai-encounter namin. Kasi once again, ang kaibahan dito sa Pilipinas, RNs already know this, those may medical allied course. Sa atin dito, lahat ng specialty tinatanggap natin. But sa kanila, no. Once you applied, hindi mo kasi alam kung ano talaga yung scope. Or may iba kasi din naman na mag-hire na yung may home health experience, may ganitong experience. But sa kanila kasi is per specialty po yung role. So it depends sa expertise nyo. So for example, for me, let's start with the dermatology, yung parang ganon. So hindi pwedeng galawin ni provider or ni doctor si patient unless si prior authorization specialist is nagpaalam doon kay insurance. Every time po kasi na parang magpapa-check up ka, if needed to, kailangan talagang magpaalam kay insurance. That is how it works po sa kanila. Hindi po katulad sa atin dito na if you have an HMO card, maghahanap ka lang ng hospital na kung yung card mo ay tinatanggap, we're good. Hindi po. Sa kanila is every time. So every action na gagawin nila, so magpapaalam kay insurance. Kasi kailangan ni insurance malaman kung covered ba sa kanila or babayaran ba nila or hindi. Yung ganon. So that is also one of the main role of being a prior authorization specialist. And after that, yun na, si scheduler papasok. Then once si provider has already done all those procedures na binigay, papasok si coder. Tsaka pa po papasok si medical biller. So medyo malayo-layo pa po si medical biller, but medical biller is yung parang siya yung parang superhero actually sa lahat with this one. And then, ang dami po kasi talaga. It's not only medical biller. There are some na positions na claim processing. Yung iba nga is may mga ano pa, accounts receivable. Especially po sa RCM na po banda. So, ang medical biller po is it's just only a certain position na part of yes sa team. It's a team po. Hindi po siya yung anong isang role lang. Yung kasi most likely those are the information that we encounter po na parang I want to be yung gusto mo pumasok sa healthcare industry, then I want to be a medical biller. Most likely yun po ang nai-encounter natin. But moving forward po, hindi. Ang dami pong role. So those with the RNs, they can do as a transcribe or yung sa transcriptionist. And then they can do also reading or yung parang sa medical records review. Yun po. But in my yung sa batch 2 ko right now, may tatlo doon na RNs that already applied. Hindi naman kalakihan yung sweldo nila or sahod. But may ano lang, I have a connection na parang agency na they are receiving yung parang especially RNs for medical records review. Yung ganun. Pero parang ang ano lang is it's a flexible na trabaho na pwedeng magiging extra lang ng mga RNs. Kasi pwede nilang gawin instead of kasi sa US we know it's a graveyard. 'Di ba? Kasi yun nga, we're halfway across the globe. So it's a 12-hour thing. And then especially pag ganito sa atin today is for example for E-States alas 9 ng umaga sa kanila doon. So we need to do that job during the graveyard. But the good thing is especially sa mga yung kung ano ka lang for example if you apply the medical records review, pwede mo siyang gawin anytime. They will provide you just only a deadline, making sure po na maipasa nyo yung result ng summary na hinihingi nila. So most likely those are the role po dun sa mga may medical allied course, yung transcriptionist and medical records review. Kasi yung sa medical records review na right now that I had with na connection is parang ang sa kanila is parang it's an auto insurance. Yung ganon. Yung parang siguro mga cases of injury na talagang hinihingi ng mga attorney. So for that, para lang bayaran na insurance. Medyo mahaba-haba din kasi parang ang bayaran nila is just per page, yung ganun. So yun, parang pwede siyang gawin as an extra income. But for this one, for medical coder, medical biller, prior authorization, most likely these are the roles na parang you really need to gawin mo talaga ASAP, like ganun po. You really need to sabayan mo yung graveyard talaga po na na time. Even those frontliners na walang experience that can start as a medical receptionist, scheduler, and then ang intake coordinator iba naman to, medyo na to. Most likely this is also they are RNs pa din. This one is parang opposite ni prior authorization specialist. Intake most likely is parang like isa na utilization management na magre-review ng medical records kung tatawag ako. For example, I'm a prior authorization specialist and tatawag ako. When tatawag ako doon, parang kumbaga, I already submitted ganito, ganyan. I already submitted all the records that needed in order na parang ma-approve lang yung parang procedure na gagawin ng doctor or ni provider. And that opposite ang sasagot doon na magre-review is si intake coordinator, which is most likely that's the reason na maririnig ko in terms of hiring with them is kailangan talaga RNs. Why? Ang mga RNs dito, I think, they know in terms of reading the chart. Tama ba? Mga RNs? Hi. Walang sasagot sa RNs, oh. Oh, yun. May sumagot. Yun. Kasi ang RNs, they know how to read those charts. Kasi yan yung parang mga trabaho nila. And beside with those providers or doctors. Yung ganun. So, yun. May regarding sa charts review. Yes, we can just endorse you for that one moving forward po. But yun lang. I'm just only providing the roles dito po sa medical field. It's not just only that once we papasok tayo, most likely kasi ang sasabihin, I want to be a medical biller. Yun lang, but I want just to break that particular mindset na it's not a medical biller lang po ang kailangan natin sa medical industry po dito sa US. In my end also, I had a client with an Australian healthcare. Ang good thing lang, good thing lang kasi sa US health, sa Australian healthcare, is the same with us here in the Philippines. Yung ganon na if covered if covered si Papa, the head of the family, the rest will be covered na rin ni government. They are the same with us in terms of parang tatawagin mo talagang doktor. Doc, ganito, ganyan. Yun lang ang ano sa Australian. It's so easy with the sir. Hopefully, if you will encounter, andali po. Actually, I try really, for in my end right now, gusto ko nang mag-resign. I think it's about 2 weeks na parang gusto ko nang umalis kasi I want to stop na kasi yun nga in terms of work-life balance kasi ang dami ng trabaho, especially with this one, added in my end to assist or to provide some information sa mga workshops na ginagawa ko. Yung ganun. So, yun ang dahil sa ano po natin dito. Any questions po? We'll start with the questions na po sa US Healthcare. Ayoko lang kasing pahabain yung in terms of yung mga presentation ko kasi ang sa akin is I know that you have some questions. So, yun. I'll be asking you questions. Feel free to ask some questions. Yung ganun po. So, kumbaga, may voice talaga. Ang sa akin naman is sa prior authorization, most likely if the provider is not part of or parang hindi recognized the insurance or out of network, most likely may mga voice call talaga. Most likely around 30 to 40%. But if in network, madalang. Siguro 5 to 10%. Which is that's one also of my client na parang in network yung sa dermatology. So, yun po. Ang for me right now, I think naka-register naman po kayo. Or also feel free to check my Facebook. Just message me for this one. Just for, if you really want to. But moving forward also before we end this one, we have a virtual po. This will be by next Saturday, February 8. Pero yun po, may bayad na. Dun po. But those people na mag-a-attend po doon, and then we will create a group chat for that, which that's the one that I'm doing with the other one, the other team na may workshop. Yung GC po kasi after that, kung sino yung sumali, it will be a job hunt na po. So tulungan lang po kasi kami dito in terms of may question dito for non-RNs, ano ang best role? Yan ang sabi ko, those most likely yung, kasi if you have no experience, actually may mga ano ka na, may mga skills ka na, customer service, yan. Email management, yung ganon. But you will be part of, yun nga, papasok ka sa first 3 or 2, like medical scheduler or receptionist or insurance verification po. And that moment, if you had that particular job or position, please observe how it works para makapag-upskill po kayo. Yun po. Once again, those are the things na ano. For me kasi is, right now, yung batch 2 ng Davao namin, it's just only 2 weeks ago, may na-hire na po na dalawa. Oo, dalawa na po yung na-hire. Once again po kasi sa pag-a-apply, it's not me, but it depends po how consistent are you. Yun po yun. So, In my end, moving forward, we have a virtual kasi ang daming nag-request. But that time, nasa website na po sa passionatemedva.com. May bayad na po yun. But for those na kung sino yung sasali doon, they will be part of the GC na once matapos yung workshop, it will be a job hunt na po. Automatically, most likely I will send 3, 4, or 5 na mga links or anong websites yung a-applyan nyo daily. Then, it's up to you kung mag-a-apply kayo o hindi. Once the job hunt will start po. Then, if there are some questions, especially how to apply or how to ace the interview, we will still help you with that one. Since it's a virtual po kasi, ang sa virtual gagawin natin dito is parang yun nga, one-on-one communication might be sa messenger po. Yun lang po yung parang in my end po, most likely, hindi naman, wala naman akong na-miss na na mga questions or may nag-a-ask ng questions. But might be if there are some delays, it means tulog po ako dun. Yan lang. But expect po talaga that there will be a response. Kasi hindi po, I'm not ignoring some questions, especially if you are part of the team or workshop po. Kasi ang goal namin dito is tutulungan talaga kayo na magkaroon ng client. That's the goal after the workshop po. During the may tanong din face-to-face trial or virtual training po. Do you provide tools? Yes po. In terms of navigation, I would not allow. Kasi aking account ko po yun. Once again, there's po dito in my end. Like, we will just only present some of those. Yung hindi talaga totally na in terms of navigation yet we can provide lang. I will be the one that will navigating and presenting. Yung ganun po, some of the tools. Kasi more likely po, iba-iba po kasi per client or per hindi naman po kasi pare-pareho yung tools na ginagamit natin. In my end, sa dami kong na-applyan, sa dami nung in-applyan ko na parang hindi ko tinuloy kasi may iba kasi na parang ang gulo ng sistema. Hindi ko po tinutuloy yon. But most likely, na-access ko yung mga tools nila. But once again, paiba-iba po yun. May questions? Home health, most likely naman po, when you say, do you offer home health? Hindi po ako. But pwede po tayong maghanap ng ganon. For me, I have that's my client, yung home health po. Which, the tool that we're using for that one is WellSky or Kinser. Sa ngayon po, yung sa dermatology ko din naman, iba naman yung tools. Once again, iba-iba kasi ang tools na ginagamit nila. We don't know moving forward. Malalaman mo na lang, for example, if you are hard, then onboarding. Hindi naman din po kayo yung parang, once you start is parang go na, hindi. They will train you using the tools. Bibigyan kayo ng access. Kasi for me, hindi po lahat ng tools na encounter ko na. But there are some na na-encounter ko na yung ECW, Availity, normal naman yung Availity. It's all because of insurance portals. But most likely sa EMR or HR in terms of ayun nga, ECW, Jane app, yeah. Jane, yeah. And Jane is just most likely for auto insurance. Cairo something, yung ganon. And then, ngayon I'm using a Clarity po. Clarity and then WellSky. I mean, training for home health Kinser as medical US. Encoder, hindi po. We're not providing that particular training po. In terms of if you want to be a medical coder, magbabayad na po talaga tayo doon. We can do basic. Pero in terms of if you want to be a medical coder, you really need to enroll for that one to get a license. If may 200,000 tayo, tas may 60,000 every year. Ganon. So, iba kasi yung coding eh. They really need, most likely ngayon, makikita natin, they will be asking for a license one. But may mga naman na maghanap pag sinabing basic coding lang, then you can jump it out if you know po, the basic coding. Ganun lang. Kasi sa every specialty po, for example, pag ito yung specialty niya, dermatology, hindi naman po lahat ng procedure codes yung ina-apply nyo. It's just yung parang limit lang. It's a limited one lang. Yung ganon. Any questions pa po? May tanong pa po ba? Basta yun lang po, if moving forward, if you want to know more, if you want virtual, yun po yung schedule namin by next week. February 8, we will provide, may exercises po tayong gagawin doon. And then once it will be done, or natapos yun, that particular team, kung sino yung sasali doon, nasa website naman po, how to, may bayad nga lang po. May bayad po. Doon na po, yun ang ano. Then, once again, we will do an exercises for that one. And then, medyo ano po, ginawa lang po namin, it's the same lang po sa face-to-face. Sinabi, ang ano doon is just still the same, 1,000 pesos po. Yung ganun. Yan po yung bayad. But after that, once again, GC will be created and then it will be a job hunt na po. And then, in that particular job hunt, kung may mga tanong kayo, you can ask it. It's either on the GC or you can ask me personally. For example, in terms of your resume, ano yung gagawin ng mga beginners, yung ganon. Ano yung dapat naming ilagay sa resume, yung mga ganon. We will still help you with that one. Kasi hindi naman tayo yung parang mga, especially with no experience, we will be helping with that one. Also doing an audio or video recording, which is part of application sum off, they will ask with that one. So yun po. Those are the part of those package ng ano. Kasi ang goal namin after the workshop is, ang goal namin after the workshop is yun nga, focus na po tayo maghanap ng client na ma-pair sa inyo. Kasi once again, we will send you links, we will send you what websites kung anong a-applyan nyo. Then hopefully, kasi ang sa amin, we will just help you po kung anong gagawin nyo. But it's up to you, how consistent are you? Kasi for me, based in my experience when I started, actually until now, kahit may trabaho ko, parang naging habit ko na mag-a-apply ng mag-a-apply. Yung ganun. Pag may nakita ko, yung parang ganun. And just want to be, I just want to be real lang. Na once we had, after the workshop, hindi po tayo magkakaroon ng client agad. In my end, based on my experience, the first 3 months is really a struggle for me. Yung parang ganun. In the first time, yes, I've got a client, abilis. But after that, kung it's kumbaga it's really not yung parang hindi siya maganda yung client na yan is not really for me yung ganon kasi parang basta may issue in terms of, but in terms of you can get really a client na parang long term, it may take maybe 3 to 4 months kasi that's the stage that, and that will be the time na kayo na ang mamimili ng client nyo. 1 month na po ako nag-a-apply. Until now, wala pa po. It depends po paano kayo nag-apply, or it depends po, we will check your resume pag ganun. It's the same thing what happened kanina sa aming workshop sa Butuan, dito sa Butuan. It so happened na sinabi niya na, ma'am, until now, hindi po ako natatanggap. Digital marketing yun. Ang dami niyang when I check the resume, may mga kulang. Hindi niya nilagay kung ano yung tools na ginagamit niya. Hindi rin niya nilagay kung ano yung portfolio niya. Kasi the same thing that we're doing is, yes, I'm providing the medical dito, where we're highlighting medical. Pero pag nakikita naman namin na ang skills niyo is strong with other niches, we will still assist you and provide you links na kung paano kayo or saan kayo mag-a-apply. Yun po. So, kumbaga, in our end, we're not putting you in a box na parang medical lang. For example, moving forward is you're strong with in terms of accounting or bookkeeping. why not we will still provide you that